Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another intriguing episode of A Mother's Burden, raising multicultural children in the United States. If you remember very well, at the beginning, the very first video that I recorded, I said something. I said a very dear sister of mine encouraged me to start this program, and she is in the house with me. And everybody, welcome with me, Oluwaseyi Ogundana.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Shay. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, welcome to my blog.
Thank you.
I know.
Finally.
Finally, yes, I have you on. And I know you're familiar with it. It's the Mother's Burden.
Yeah.
And of course, it's part of what you encourage me to do. It's a ministry that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And I've been talking about dressing my little angels appropriately. And a few weeks ago, I did talk about how to dress our young girls appropriately. And before Sheyi and I start, Sheyi will be discussing with us our challenges in college, how, our dressing stand out, and how to bring out the beauty of God without actually showing every part of your body, which God is not in acceptance of that.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Modesty.
Yes, and as young girls and even young boys in college, we want to dress to represent our Father in heaven. So right now, I'll be calling on some children, and this is based off of what we discussed last week. Come on, girls. Based on what we discussed some few weeks ago, when I talked about dressing our children appropriately. And this is my first model. We can see she is wearing a dress. This dress is a sleeveless dress, and we can see she has a stocking underneath, and she's wearing a low shoe. She's not wearing a high heel shoe because she's a very young girl. She's just 7, and we are very mindful of her muscles. She's just developing. She's still developing, and so you can see she's appropriately dressed. She's not exposing any part of her body, and I believe that this is the way young girls should be dressed appropriately. Even if it's summer, when they're going out, they can have a scarf around their neck, just something light, maybe a silk or something very light, to show the beauty and to keep the modesty, the secrets that God gave them until that step. And this is my second model. She is wearing a sleeveless dress, you can see, and at the back, this is something I really love about this. We can see that the back has a little opening, but she has something underneath to cover so that she won't be showing any part of her body. Even though her arm is exposed, she has a sweater that she has on, or a jacket, and we can see even underneath her dress, she has a tie on, and we can see the shoe she's wearing is not too high for her age. She is quite old, even though I am not really, I don't have any concern about that, but we can see the way these girls are dressing. They are dressing to display the glory of God, and their parents are very conscious of that. And that is what I expect. Thank you so much, girls. Thank you so much. And that is what I expect that our parents, especially when we're dressing our girls, we don't want to expose so much body. From our mother, you can see, even if they're wearing a sleeveless, you want to be sure that it's not exposing so much of their shoulder. Their arm is okay. They are young girls. But at the same time, like I said, we don't want to give the pedophiles out there any opportunity to abuse our children. So right now, I will be turning it over to Oluwaseyi Ogundana. She's going to be telling us about our challenges on campus, in college rather. I don't know if there is campus here in the United States, but in college, So, Sheyi, what has been your challenge, especially when it comes to the regards of dressing as a girl, compared to what you see other girls do on campus?
So I'm not like a big fashionista or anything, but one thing that I know I struggle with is just waking up early for classes and looking presentable. Because sometimes you're very tempted to wear that shirt that you wore today, you're very tempted to wear it to class, or maybe put up workout pants or something to class. So I think a lot of college dress into just lectures, not talking about events or anything. It's really just workout clothes, to be honest. When you go to an 8 a.m., a lot of the girls have workout clothes, some shoes and maybe a t-shirt, and that's really what it is. During classes and lectures and stuff like that. But when it comes to going to birthday dinners and all of that, that's where it gets a little what are you doing? What is going on? And you just begin to, okay, how can I still represent, that I want to look good but still have an appropriate outfit. And I think that's something that a lot of students do struggle with. A lot of girls, Christian girls actually struggle with in college. Is oh, I want to look good, but I also want to look if Jesus was to come, My mom always says this. You're just supposed to come, they'll recognize me on the street. But you know, just like keeping that in mind, I think it's been a struggle. I'm not gonna front. It's been a struggle for me, but I'm still growing. I'm still learning. You know, even up to like, you know, this week I still have conversations with my friends about what their expectation is about what I'm supposed to look like, and you know, how to really keep that presentation of modesty and like not just doing whatever I want when it comes to the way I present myself, and how to just keep, you know, God glorified even about the things that I wear. And I know like a lot of my friends that are Christians, like a lot of us when we're going to places, you know, we ask the Holy Spirit for guidance. Like that's I'm not even saying that because I'm like Christian or whatever. It's just like something that I actually have to do when I'm going somewhere. I'm just like, God, like what should I wear, you know, to this birthday dinner, because pictures end up online and things like that. You want to be proud. You want to be able to defend why you look the way you look. So that's been something that I've been learning, you know, just in college and things like that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You said something, and that struck a chord in me, and that was, if Jesus was to come and meet you on the street,
My mom
he
says that all the
recognize you?
time.
Yes, and yeah, and I think she said that on the pulpit sometimes. Some years ago, yes, she did. And honestly, I remember when I was in college myself. Sometimes when I want to dress, I'm like, Holy Spirit, what should I wear? You know, and even now as a married woman, you know, I still dress sometimes like that, even though sometimes my husband will pretend as if I didn't see her, but you know, sometimes he's like, wow, you know, because I realized something, that if there is modesty in everything we do, honestly, the glory will shine forth.
Yeah.
You know, and you see some young college girls wearing tight pants, showing the shapes of their butt, and wearing short tops. Even if you're going to wear like a sweatpants, there are ways you wear it with a swag. You know, you don't want to.
Live in sweatpants freshman year.
Of course, that is allowable. You know, because hey, I'm in college. I just want to grab something on and you know go. But even while we're grabbing something on, we want to make sure we're grabbing the best thing. We want to make sure that even in that sweatpants and the sweatshirt, we look good for Christ. We want to make sure that we are representing not only our earthly parents, but we are representing our Heavenly Father, because He is the ultimate. Our earthly parents might not see us, but He is always there with us. Sometimes, I remember sometimes ago when I was in college. When I was in college, in my family, we are allowed to dress in the house the way we would dress outside. So I have this very, very short pants that I used to wear. I wear it around the house, and when I don't wear it to campus, but when I get back home, I wear it in the house, in my room, you know. And I remember sometimes I wanted to go across the street to get something, and I wore that, and my mom she came to visit, and we were walking the street together, and somebody was like, don't know why you dress like that. Can you dress like that when your mom is there? And my mom said, yes, she can, because she dressed like that at home, and I am comfortable with it. So, you know, we want to dress in a way that we will give glory to God, we will not disappoint our parents, and at the same time, God will be honored. Remember what Paul said when he was admonishing women in the Bible. And this, I will repeat it again, that there should be modesty in everything we do. Let our adornments be of the inward beauty and not only the outer beauty. Oluwaseyi is a college student, and she is not looking bad at all. She represents well. No, every time. Sometimes then she doesn't. Trust me. I call her to order. I ask her what's wrong with her. But you know, this is just,
one of those that like, are you okay? Is everything still okay?
Oh like, yes, I have to, because she's a favorite sister, and I really have to look out for her. So please, mothers out there, let us put the glory and the modesty of God in our children. Until I see you sometimes in a few weeks or sometimes next week, please keep representing, and let's represent our Heavenly Father accordingly and appropriately in our girls, in our boys, and in our home. Thank you so much. My name again is Omolola Adekoya. Until I see you, peace.
Follow me on social